What's good, YouTube? It's your man BG Tech Life, and as you can see, we got the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra on deck. Now, this video right here, guys, is the review after the hype. The review after all the other reviewers went back to their favorite device. This is the review from a guy who likes this type of device, who loves Android devices, and who's sticking with this device. And not that I'm biased towards this device, it just means that I really have real expectations and I really want to get real use out of this device. So as far as the S24 Ultra, guys, we know a lot of things about it. It's got a great camera system that's versatile, but at the same time, I still feel like this device could use some work in photos. The video, as far as Android go, A1, definitely an iPhone competitor when it comes to video, but photos, I feel like it's something that needs to be worked on. You got to get a bigger sensor in there, and also we have to get some type of processing. I feel like pictures out of this device, just based on software alone, could be so much better if we really dialed in the software and stop overexposing these photos off the break. I feel like every photo I take out of this device, I just need to turn the exposure down just a little bit, but the device should be doing that itself in the auto mode. Other than that, I mean, this is a bad boy when it comes to getting any type of video footage. We already know this, all the way up to 8K, 4K on the front facing camera. But I just feel like Samsung has to work on its post-processing. And I've been saying that for a little while. That's kind of like the Samsung trademark, overexposures. Now, as far as the build coming from last year, S23 Ultra, I feel like a lot of people say it's the same thing, but only to the eye. Once you feel this device in hand and you feel the S23 Ultra in hand, there is a difference. Sometimes it doesn't have to be a grandiose difference. It can be a small difference that just make the device better. I feel like them following Apple into titanium was a big thing. It really made the device look distinguished, especially when you're paying this much money for a device. It should look very distinguished, and I haven't noticed any scratches or anything like that on that titanium frame. So really holding up really well also, because you can have this device for a long time because it's powerful and it's going to be getting a lot of upgrades. And on top of the build, the flat display is definitely what Samsung should have been doing when it comes to the Note. It feels more like a traditional notepad, feel better to use with the S Pen, give me Note 4 vibes. We talked about that before. And the coating, the anti-glare coating is groundbreaking. I feel like that's the most innovative thing they did this year on this phone. The anti-glare, just this screen altogether looks amazing at any angle. So I'm really happy with the build of this device and this flat display. Now, the display itself is gorgeous. I did notice a lack of vibrancy when I first got the device. Shout out to Samsung for updating it so we could use it like we use all of our other Samsung devices. I'm used to that Samsung saturation, and that dialed it right in perfectly. Just the QHD display on Samsung is goated. I just love looking at this display. It looks so clean and crisp with text, with any videos I'm watching, any content I'm watching, any gaming that I'm doing. And 120 hertz, I mean, just have this display operating very, very smooth. This is a joy to do anything as far as content watching, as far as playing some Call of Duty, the things that I like to do on the device. It never lets me down. It's actually a whole experience using this device to do some things that we weren't used to on smartphones before in the past. And we could talk about performance, guys. We got Snapdragon. I don't even want to shout out Samsung. I want to shout out Snapdragon for the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That processor definitely holds this device down in any situation, to the point where I'm doing things on my phone that I would normally do on an iPad or MacBook or Windows computer. Like, I don't have no problem sitting down and editing a video on my phone, or editing a reel on my phone, or actually hooking up my controller and playing some Call of Duty on my phone, because it does it with no issue. Snapdragon absolutely did that thing when it came to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It definitely has never gave me any thermal issues on this device. The battery life is definitely holding up all day while I do all different type of things. Everybody don't use a phone like that, but for me, somebody that's running one YouTube channel and decided to start a second YouTube channel with only using my phone, This is a device that could come in handy, get the job done, and help me be very productive. We're far, far away from TouchWiz lag. Back in the day, we used to use TouchWiz, it used to lag, look cartoonish, and it just wasn't as speedy or crisp as stock Android. Now, One UI on this device, guys, is really smooth. And I mean, it's packed with features, but at the same time, the features are not bogging this device down. From the S Pen to the Edge panel, now we got Galaxy AI features, which actually make this device just that much more of a productivity monster for photo editing, whatever note taking you want to do. And me, I look at this device as a real tool, and things like Galaxy AI and S Pen just make this device honestly a real tool where you could run a business, you could run a YouTube channel. It's so many things that you can do with a powerful device like this. And with that being said, the price tag on this device, you shouldn't be buying this device if you don't have plans for this device. This is the type of device you buy. This is the Ultra Samsung device. I mean, you can buy whatever you want to spend your money however you want. But if you really want tech per dollar, you have to designate this device a job. I'm a content creator, so I put this device to work. So I feel like I get my tech per dollar because it helps me be productive and also make some money on the back end. Because $1,300 is extremely high for a device these days when you have devices that are $300, $400, $500 that can do almost 90% of what this device does. So all in all, this S24 Ultra is not a device for everybody. This is a device for a specialized user who's actually trying to get something done with it. If you're looking for bang for buck, if you just want a little bit of performance, you could go get a OnePlus. But if you want the whole experience of Samsung One UI, the S Pen, and you're gonna put it to use, I could say you could definitely grab something like this and it could be one of your most productive tools. Me, myself, I'm gonna continue to daily drive this device and enjoy this device because it's right up my alley. You have to really decide what you want and what you want to use it for when you make this decision to pull the trigger on some of these smartphones. But that's just some tips from me, your guy BG. I appreciate you watching. If you watch, get subscribed. I'm out. Peace.